Hey guys and gals, got another one for you today. Today I'm on Airfield. This is going to be the second video of 3 videos about the ranked battles. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is not very fun. I'm probably never going to do this again unless you guys really want me to. So Airfield, these are the 2 zones that you really have to watch for. And like I said in the last video, ranked matches are... where you go is really determined by where your team goes, and if they want to camp base, then you should just get out on a flank and spot for them while they shoot over your shoulder, because that's probably going to be your best bet. Alright, so we're going to move up, and some of my team is moving, the rest of my team is just staying within the green circle. And I'm really like to take this position because then I can see if anybody's crossing through the choke there, and I can be hauled down. I'm in my IS-4. We try to snap a shot into the FE215B. He backs up in time, and now we're going to use this ridge line, cover up a little bit. Death Star didn't even go across there to shoot at me, and now it looks like he's poking to try to bait a shot. And this is what ranked matches are about. A 7v7, so a lot of the times it's whoever has the most patience and punishes the other team for the most errors that they make. So this Death Star is just driving out sideways in front of me. I'm going to punish him for that. And now I'm going to try to bait a shot out of him like he was trying to bait a shot out of me before. And this is risky in an IS-4 because he could just shoot the soft spot on my turret. And I get a lucky snapshot there. And he decides that that's probably not a fight that he wants to do, so he's going to keep moving forward. And I do have a tank in F9 that's covering that area, a tank destroyer on the base, which I have no idea what he can see because I've never sat there. But as I come up here, I'm going to spot their E4 sitting here, and as I was thinking about a shot in the side, but I decided to shoot his lower plate. And we're going to back up, and the FE215B has crossed, and he's up in the other sniper hill. So this is not a good location for me. I just threw a shell at him just to, I don't know, let him know that I'm here, that I'm paying attention. And now if he wants to get gun depression on me, he's got to come over the ledge, which then I think the guys at the base probably have a shot on him. So I'll just stare at these guys until they pull up, and I'll shoot their side. Or they can just sit there and do nothing like I am. Exciting ranked battle stuff. Now, when you're playing it, you don't mind the patient part of it. It's a waiting game, and it really pays off if you are paying attention to the map and how the game's progressing. However, when you're watching a video and you're commentating on it, it's less impressive and not as fun. So I missed a shot into the side of that E100's turret. We're going to back up so we stay hull down just in case he stops to engage us. And he is going to look at me. I'm going to miss his turret again there. And I'm looking for a drive wheel shot, but really there's nobody that's going to give me assist damage. So I shoot at his cheek, and that was a terrible shot. Like, he was starting to back up right as I pulled the trigger. And can I get a shot into his back before he drives away here? Should be able to lock one in. There we go. To 1700 damage. 500 assisted. Can we get another shot in here? And no. We track him. Don't do damage. It's 2-1, but they have a very good defensible location up in the first circle that I showed you guys. You can lock down that area pretty well. It's hard to dig teams out of there, and you have to work together to be able to do it. So I don't want to rush in there and be the only guy over there because they will just all in me and take me down. But the E4 is spotted back out there, and he's out there sideways, so I'm going to get a shot into him. He's going to look over at me, which is going to allow my team to shoot him in the side of the head. And then I'm going to finish him up. So we're up to 2300 damage, 900 assisted. And their E100 is starting to make a push onto our base. We were tied 3-3. Now the FE215B finally comes off his perch and tries to deal with me, and he does a miraculous job of waving his gun up to block any of my shots that go towards his top cap, which I'm not very confident at shooting an FE215B's top cap at long range with an IS-4, especially when I don't have heat loaded. So I'll just back up and I'll let him sit there. We'll continue to do nothing. Because as he's doing nothing, my team is rotating on the east side of the map. And as I continue to do nothing, his team is trying to rotate the west side of the map, but it looks like that E100 is going to fall to my E5. Sure enough, he goes down. And now I feel like the FE215B is going to be semi-isolated over there. And my tank destroyer is starting to get on their cap. So if there's anyone that was thinking about covering the FE215B is probably going to turn around to deal with their cap, then that really should isolate the FE215B. So we're going to make a play on him. Looks like the E5 is going to cover us, and the other heavy tank is looking to come over towards me as well. So I feel pretty confident about this. If I just learn how to climb a mountain, we will be able to fight this guy. There we go. And my other tank is going to go all the way back to the base and then loop around. But really what I want to do here is just try to get shots into the FE215B while the E5 is covering me. And if we can make this a two-layer fight, then this FE215B is going to die quickly, probably. Unfortunately, he continually falls back. Like, he just does not put himself in any situations to take damage. So we're going to drive across here. And he's going to track me, but I have a repair kit. And the IS-4 doesn't have that great a gun depression, so I'm going to come over here where there's less of an angle on the hill, and I'm going to be able to be hull down when I fight this guy. Now he's looking for me, so I'm just going to wait for my heavy to come up, and there's a Waffle E100 that shows up, so I have to be cautious of him. The FE215B gets shot in me, I return fire, I track him there. My chieftain's able to shut him down, and I get my turret back around to block the Waffle E100 shells. And he's a potato, can't pen my turret, so I shut him down. The IS-4 is not that difficult to pen in the turret. It's got the soft spot right above the gun. Especially in a Waffle, you probably can shoot. I think he could have got my lower plate there, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he got the first pen in the side of my head, so then he just thought that he could pen my turret, and he was mistaken once my turret turned around, and then he missed his other shot, so I think that's how that ended up, not 100% sure. We're up to 3,400 damage, 1,200 assisted, almost 4,000 blocked, 2 kills. This is a good game in ranked battles. And the IS-7 killed our tank destroyer on their base, so he's the last one left. Our E5 goes to the middle to cover us, and our other heavy tank goes around to flank. So we have nice two-layer coverage here, and I am going to fight this IS-7 over here, and the E5 I don't think has shots. So I'm going to shoot his shoulder plate there, get a pen. We got heat rounds loaded, so we don't have to worry about the Soviet armor trolling us as bad. Now I'm going to reload before the IS-7, especially since I shot before him. So we're just going to get a shot right through his front plate, and he is dead. So it's going to put us one game away from the Gold League. And you see the E5 threw down. I mean, he pretty much killed an E100 by himself. Now we're going to jump into the Chieftain on Karelia. And if you've played ranked at all this time around, this map you've gotten pretty used to. And to me, the southwest corner is the most important thing. Either spread out wide or take the hill, but the hill to me is more important. because you can get shots down into the guys in the southwest corner. So if they own the hill, it's probably not the wisest idea to go to southwest. It's like the 0 line is what I'm talking about. But it definitely can be done. And it's a numbers game, especially in ranked when it's 7v7. Who has the most tanks on whatever flank? That's, to me, the most important thing. So as we push up here, heavy tank out in front of us. They got an IS-4 going wide. And like I said before, wide is not as important as the hill, excuse me, as this train goes by. The hill obviously is a high ground, so you're going to be able to shoot down into the tanks in the low ground. And this is the reason why I don't stream yet, because I literally live almost right next to a railroad crossing in the country. So it is blaring trains, especially at nighttime when I'd be able to stream. So you guys would just be getting your ears blown out with train horns. But I do love the little town that I live in, so there won't be any moving for me anytime soon. Now, engaging this IS-7, and I'm not doing a very good job. He's doing a good job of wiggling, and I am a chieftain, so wiggling will not make my hull armor any better. I do track him with his gun in the air, and then I shoot the ground. And I'm hoping that my team will come help me. But at this point, this IS-7's outplayed me, so I'm just going to GG my teammates, try to get as much damage as I can into this IS-7, and hope that my team can pull this off for me. And then a T-57 Heavy pulls up. So that's going to be the icing on the cake for me. However, the T-57 Heavy has a problem driving, so we're going to get a shot into his side. I tried to shoot the drive wheel there, but I wasn't able to get it. And then if you can hear that, that is motorcycles in the background. Another reason why I can't stream, because I also live next to a bike bar, and there are loud motorcycles that go by all the time, which I'm sure you've heard in one of my drawings. Alright, so the IS-7 and the T-57 Heavy backed away and gave me the hill, so now I'm going to have some free shots down into this IS-4, and I'm trying to shoot the soft spot on his head, and unfortunately my shells are just not flying true, so we're going to switch to HE, and then the E4 is going to take him down. So there's a heavy tank in E1 fighting my tank destroyer. I have to keep that in mind because the base is usually a problem on ranked battles. The two solo players that go the opposite direction, rather than fighting with their whole team, will try to cap the base, and unfortunately sometimes it actually works. I mean, unless you're the one on the team where they do cap, then it's not too bad, because then you win, I guess. Alright, so I don't have that many hit points to play with. I definitely don't feel like I can push around the H line up the 0 line. I just don't have enough hit points to play with and brawl the rest of their team. So what I'm going to do is give this tank destroyer some cover fire. And either way, it was really a waiting game for me. So either I wait for them to come around the corner on the 9 line and get shots in their side, or I can wait for this heavy tank to maybe come out into the open and then help my Jaeger from long distance. But in this case, I'm just going to drive up to my Jaeger and help him out up here. He cries for help. I give him an affirmative, let him know that I'm coming. Don't freak out, just land your shots. You can do 1,000 damage at a time. You don't need to crap your pants right now, dude. And I missed my shot. Maybe now you need to crap your pants. Alright, Chieftain's got great DPM, so we're gonna get shot into his back. My Jaeger's probably not ready for this guy to drop in behind him. And that was the sound of a Jaeger shooting his gun. So the one thing my Jaeger had going for him was the fact that he had a shell loaded for this guy, and Now he doesn't have a shell. E50M is just trying to avoid me as much as he can. I get a shot into his side there. And now he doesn't want to fight a Jaeger and a Chieftain, and I don't blame him. Definitely, if you can't focus on the Jaeger by yourself, then that's going to be a difficult task. You add a Chieftain into that mix, you have a guy that can do 1,000 damage to you, and then you also have a guy with high DPM that's very accurate with good penetration. So we chase him out of there, which adds more boring time to my game. And now this E50M has really probably spent as much time as me and the Jaeger on doing absolutely nothing for our team. And they start chipping away at my teammates on the 9-0 line. So rather than rushing in there, I decided to take a defensive position here. And my Jaeger says he's falling back, which I don't know what that means or why he'd be falling back when he's in a hole. Spot the E50M, get a nice shot into his rear quarter panel, light him on fire, and it doesn't look like he's got an extinguisher, so we're going to burn him to death, get it back to 3-on-3, and put some hope back into my team. Now I am still detected when I pull out from this rock, so I'm going to stay hull down. Once again, just wait it out. There's no rush. I don't have to like panic and drive anywhere. The base is behind me, so they have to come through me to get to the base. As I back up now, I'm not detected, so I'm able to fall back. And I try to get a shot into the rear of that IS-7. Unfortunately, my shell bounces off of the butt of his tank. And then I try to get a shot into his side, and that doesn't go either. Looks like that went a little high up into his spaced armor. And now they've realized that my 705A is alone, so they rush him and take him down. I really have no idea what my E100 is doing down there. I guess he's doing as much as my Jaeger in the hole. And they also have a T-57 Heavy, so now I gotta be really careful. T-57 Heavy hits my track, and I can side scrape this rock right here. Got an IS-4 sitting in the open there, able to get a shot into his lower plate. Got the APCR rounds in, that way we can make sure that we get through the tank there. Get another shot into his lower plate, and that is Chieftain 101. This tank is very accurate. Good penetration at long range, and we're gonna put the third shell. No, we're not. E3 takes our Jaeger out. He's on top of the hill, so we're gonna take note of that. I'm gonna shut the E4 down, and now it's just 2v1. But can I trust this E100 to do anything important? I seriously think he's just been washing his tank in that little puddle over there, and not doing anything to participate. He doesn't have any kills. That spot is useful in pub matches when you have 4 tank destroyers sitting on base and they've taken the 890, pushing the K line out, because you can spot for your tank destroyers. But in a ranked match, that spot is pretty useless. So I am a one-shot for the E3. We have to be careful on how we play this out. Once again, just getting back to the patience. I'm going to message the E100 and tell them that E3 has to come get us. So even though we have to wait 5 minutes, I'd rather wait 5 minutes and win the game than push in there and die. I mean, the both of us could probably take him, but why risk it when we can force the E3 into a situation that they don't want to be in? Now the tricky thing is, are they going to come off the hill, or are they going to come off the K line? Or are they going to go back and defend their base, which I think would be silly, and I honestly don't think that's going to happen. And then I'm going to message the E3 and just say, GG. Are you really going to waste our time and hide when we can just try to get this over with? I'm not going to get a response. And this is where I go on my laptop and I start looking at some YouTube stuff. Yes, you guys need to painfully wait for me. I'm not going to speed this up, and the reason being is just to really pronounce how patient I am in ranked battles compared to pub matches. It quickly can turn. There's so few tanks in the match that if you rush in thinking the game is over, it's like 2 shots and all of a sudden the board's flipped around. You've seen it in this fight. This fight has gone from looking like we were gonna win back to they take map control, and then once again back in our hands where we have it in control. So we're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Is the E3 gonna poke out? And sure enough, there's E3. Try to get a shot in the lower plate there, and we don't hit. And now I probably should just stay up here. I can't figure out if it's just behind a dead tank or what's going on there. We're gonna start to move up. I'm hoping that E100 spotting for me, but once again, that's hoping for a lot from a guy that's really done nothing. Put my hash rounds in. I do only do 28 damage to him, but I figure I should be able to pluck away. And the only thing I have to really do is survive, right? So I want to start chipping away, but I want to make sure that I just survive. And the E100 is not spotting the E3, so I'm just going to wait here until the E3 engages my E100, and then I should be able to get shots into his side. And I'm going to switch to APCR rounds because chances are I'm going to have the side of his tank. Down to 1:30. This E3 really needs to start making a move. Now I think that he's just trying to wait me out and hoping that if he takes me out, then he can just deal with the E100 one-on-one. And he's spotted again. And I think I'm messaging him again here. Not 100% sure. I don't know why else that would be brought up in my thing floating over the E3. Maybe that's where I GG him. The first comment was kind of sassy that I made, but then the second comment might have just been the GG right there. So I get his track off, and he fixes it right away. And I'm looking for a shot. My E100 misses his side, and I track him. A shot into his lower plate right here. It's got a good crew. I thought he fixed the track, but maybe his crew just got it back on. I retrack, gets the track back on. That shell looks like it floats a little high to the right, and tragedy strikes. The E3 spins to the left, snapshots me. Probably had an HE shell loaded. Like if I were him, that's what I would have had loaded. And once again, another train goes by. So I hope you enjoy where I live and understand now why I don't stream until I get my stream room set up. 84,000 silver though, 5,000 damage. I do send the E3 a GG with a laughy face saying that I put the horses in front of the cart in front of the horse there. And that's really all I got for you for part 2. Part 3 is on the way. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.